All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, BaHaShem, YAHAWASHI, BaHaShem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole elect of Israel. As you can see, this article that's pulled up, it's going into what is known as the Chief Joseph tablet. Okay, and this tablet was in Assyrian handwriting. Okay, it was an Assyrian tablet. Okay, and the connection between the Assyrians and Chief Joseph, which was a Native American, okay, a so-called Native American, which was he's a Gadite. All right, how does he have this in his possession? Okay, it's because you have to understand history. Our people, all right, going into what they call the lost tribes of Israel, they were in the last days prophesied to be here in so-called America, all right, and going into the northern tribes, all right, they were under captivity of the Assyrians, all right. And then we're going to go into get 2nd Esdras 13th chapter, where they, counted among themselves that they would keep the laws, statutes, commandments in the land where man never dwelt, being here in the Western Hemisphere, which is known as today's so-called America. So let's get into some quick history, all right, of what happened to the Northern Kingdom. All right, start at the top, 2 Kings 17 and verse 1. In the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hoshea, the son of Allah, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. Okay, so at this time, Israel was split. All right, after the death of King Solomon, all right, you had Rehoboam and Jeroboam. All right, so that's when Israel and Judah, all right, became two separate nations. They split, all right, because that's prophecy. All right, so in the time of Ahaz, king of Judah, was reigning in Judah, Hoshea, the son of Allah, began to reign in Israel. All right. So verse 2, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord Yahawah, but not as the kings of Israel that were before him. So, all the kings of Israel were wicked. Okay, mostly wicked, partially, but all the northern kingdom kings were wicked. All right, and continue reading. So this is what happened. All right, because of their wickedness. In verse 3, against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hoshea became his servant, and gave him presents. So the northern kingdom was conquered, all right, conquered and taken captive, all right, by Shalmaneser. Okay, Shalmaneser the fifth. All right, it's verse 4. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to So, king of Egypt, and brought no present to the year of Assyria, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Right. Then the king of Assyria came up against all the land, and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria, took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria, and placed them into Halal and in Habor by the river of Gozan, and in the cities of the meat. So king of Assyria, Shalmaneser V, went into Israel and grabbed up the northern kingdom and brought them into Assyria, and spread them out throughout cities in his empire. Okay, as you read right here in the sixth verse. Okay, and to back that up, to really quick, this is First Chronicles chapter 5 verse 26. I'll start at verse 25. And they transgressed against the Most High of their fathers, and went a whoring after the gods of the people of the land. Okay, going into spiritual adultery. Okay, going into as you just read, our people worshiping after idols, okay, following after the ways of the heathen. So the Lord, as he's a jealous power, he was angry and raised up the Assyrians to take Israel into captivity. All right. And they transgressed against the power of their fathers, and went a whoring after the gods of the people of the land, whom the Most High destroyed before them. And the Most High of Israel stirred up the spirit of Pul, king of Assyria, and the spirit of Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and carried them away, even the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half tribe of Manasseh, and brought them into Halal and Habor and Harah, into the river of Gozan, unto this day. So our people, going into the northern tribes, they were scattered, all right, into Assyrian cities. Okay, so going into what happened when we didn't keep the laws, the Lord raised up a nation and scattered us. Okay, that's a curse, right? So you still have, our people over there in that land. Okay, in Iraq, in Iran. Okay, all over the place, because we've been under captivity under all the nations, all right, where the Lord scattered us. All right, going to this article here, I start reading. Many Assyrians believe there's a historical connection between themselves and Native Americans. The historical connection is that you know, the northern tribe, like the northern tribes, which consist of the so-called Native Americans, the Gadites and Reubenites, they were under slavery of the Assyrians. Okay, that's the connection. All right, they see many similarities: tremendous bravery, sense of homeland protection, eagle symbols, nature-inspired themes and designs, group dances, and music. Okay, and the reason why there's connections is because the people that were in the land of Assyria, going into the northern tribes. Okay, Jake is the salt of the earth. So just like here today, you have everybody want to copy Jake's dance moves, listen to Jake's music. Okay, pretty much copy after Jake's spirit. That's why there's these connections. Okay, because our people were there. All right, and everybody wants to go to powwows and wear Native American attire. Go call themselves Cherokee. I'm 2% Cherokee. All right. But we're not the same people, all right? Others think the idea is crazy. Assyrians and the Americans are two different peoples from two different continents, right? So they're different. So how did they become integrated together? Because why? Because one went under the captivity of the other, okay? And that was us, the Northern Kingdom. But how do you explain Chief Joseph's uniform tablet, which you can see this tablet right here, all right, which is a receipt, pretty much a receipt for a lamb, all right? which is spiritual. Okay. Chief Joseph, a revered Nez Perce leader, was a man of great honor when he was captured by the American army in 1877. So again, prophecy had to be fulfilled. All right. Prophecy had to be fulfilled here in so-called America. All right, because the Lord raised up Esau, Edom, so-called white man, to put under captivity, the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom. Okay, because I'm gonna get Jeremiah 50th chapter, that they were pressed together. All right, continuing. He had an actual Assyrian cuneiform tablet in his medicine bag. What Chief Joseph said about the tablet can only be considered truth. And as you can read right here, it's pretty much it was passed down by his families for many generations. Okay, many generations it was passed down by his family. Okay, because just like when you go to another city and you travel, all right, you get souvenirs. Okay, and you bring it home for pretty much like a memory. All right, and that's what Jake was doing. Jake was doing back then. All right, so that's how because again these places are separated by thousands of miles. Okay, so how did Chief Joseph get a hand on this? Is because we were actually in that land because we were in captivity. All right, and we'll be going into which I'm gonna get. 2 Kings 13th chapter is how we got over to the unknown world, being the Western Hemisphere, which is known today again as so-called America. So just 2 Kings 13, start at verse 40. These are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hoshea, the king whom Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them away over the waters, and so they came into another land. So we were taken out of Israel was taken out of the Holy Land and brought over to Assyria. All right, the Assyrian Empire. All right, where they were slaves. All right, servants. All right, verse 41. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. So the northern tribe, as you just read, counts together and pretty much going into how they got over here to so-called America. They left Assyria, okay, and it's gonna go into pretty much their journey. Verse 42, that they might keep their statues which they never kept in their own land. So they thought to go in this new land where they can actually keep their customs, not be oppressed by the Syrians. All right. Verse 43, and they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow places of the river. For the Most High then shewed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. So, going into the river Euphrates, which is narrow, and it gets broad once you get into, the Persian Gulf. Okay. So from the Persian Gulf, where it goes, the Arabian Sea, and then the Arabian Sea goes to the Indian Ocean. All right. So going into that journey, because it tells you how long it took. But here 44 says the Most High shewed them signs and held still the flood till they were passed over. All right. So because going into South Africa is known for their extremely rough waters, So the Lord helped back the rough waters so they can get into the land of America, because it's why it's prophecy. All right. The Americas. All right. South and North America. All right. Verse 45, for through that country where there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. It took a year and a half, okay, to get through that, go the Euphrates, Persian Gulf, and then all the way around Africa, into, as we're going to read, Asarith, which is the new world, which should be the Americas. All right. For 45, for through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. In the same region is called Asarith. Okay, again, the Americas. All right. Then dwelt they there until the latter time. All right, because it's prophecy that they had to be here in the last days. Okay, which they are here now. Okay, the northern tribes are you so-called Latino or Native Americans. All right. Okay, and now they shall begin to come. Right. So they started leaving the Syria and going into the Americas. All right. So that's how the northern tribes got over here and populated South and North America. All right. And that's why they were here first before Christopher Columbus got here. Okay. And that's why, going into the book of Ezra, they took it out. Okay. Because it's too much information. All right. It exposed and showed the history of the northern tribe and where they were, because Christopher Columbus knew this. All right. But I forgot what it was, going into the biblical destruction groups. They took out the book of Ezra, pretty much what the books are called now, the Apocrypha. Okay, they took those books out. Okay, going into First Ezra, Second Ezra, you have Sirach, Wisdom of Solomon. Okay, these were taken out of the Bible, which they're all together. That's why you have to get the King James version. Okay, the 1611. All right, but here I think I can get a precept, because going into, it wasn't called America back then. It was no one lived there. Okay, it was an undiscovered world. Okay, going into the Assyrian. Okay, the New World. All right, America wasn't named America till like the 1500s. All right, because ultimately, this devil was covering up his tracks. All right, he didn't want the truth to come out, that the lost tribes of Israel were the so-called natives and the Latinos. Okay. Was it Psalm 49 Psalm 49:11. Their inward thought is that their house shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call the lands after their own names. So that's why this devil removed landmarks and names, to cover up tracks. Okay, and then now he's been calling himself the people of YAHAWASHI. Okay, we've been calling themselves the people of the Lord. They're the Israelites when they're not. Okay, they're imposters. All right, but history proves that we are those people. All right, not these devils. All right, they changed names, and they going into the painting of the images of our fathers to their likeness. Okay, the actual depiction of the saints were dark melanated men. Okay, going into the book of the law and painting them after their own likeness, making the Most High white, making the Messiah white. Okay, and even changing their names. All right, calling the Messiah Jesus. Okay, when his true name is Yahawashi. Okay, the Heavenly Father's true name is Yahweh. Okay, because he spoke the Hebrew. And there's pretty other examples. You go into the Lost Lunar Stones, the Newark Holy Stones. All right, there's plenty of examples of that. The Native Americans, so-called Native Americans, spoke Hebrew. Okay, and they knew about the law. Going into the commandments. Okay, because again, we are those people. But try to wrap this up to Jeremiah 50. Because it's prophecy that we will be here in America. Okay, we're oppressed together, just like in ancient Egypt, we were oppressed together. We're oppressed here in modern day Egypt, which is so-called America. All right. What is it? Jeremiah 50 and 33. Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith Lord Yahweh Bashim Yashar of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and they that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. So that's why we're still here in captivity. All right. The northern kingdom, which they're already here, their land was stolen from them. Okay. And they're raped, robbed, and murdered and thrown into reservation camps. Okay. And they're called Mexicans, called Native Americans, called Puerto Ricans, so on and so forth. All right. But we are, we are those people. Okay. Of Yahawashi and Shai. Okay. And going to the northern tribe. All right. But it says Judah. Okay. Because the southern kingdom was brought over here on cargo slave ships. Okay. That's the connection. All right. That's why we're brought over here to America, because this is the great place of our bondage, just like ancient Egypt. All right. And that's why it's going to be the greatest deliverance over here. That's why here, verse 34, the Redeemer is strong. The Lord Yahweh Shah of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause. Okay. He's going to justify that we are those people, because you people, of pretty much in the unknown. Okay. Not in the know. Okay. You people have no clue. And ultimately, a lot of our people don't even care. But we are those people, and the Lord's going to plead our cause, okay? Because we're going into strangers of our salvation, all right? In the land where it said, "You are not my people," it shall be said, "You are the people of YAHAWASHI Shai," all right? He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that they may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. Okay, so the modern day Babylon is America. Okay, that's why this place is known as the mystery whore Babylon. Okay, the virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay, it's talking about so-called America. That's why this place is prophesied to be destroyed with thermonuclear missiles. Okay, for all the harsh and terrible things the devil did unto our people, going to so-called white man, you saw Edom. All right, but I can probably get Baruch and close out, but here we remember ourselves, okay? And this devil, he can't do nothing about it. All right, when we're in unity with our power, nobody can stop us, okay? Because if that's why it's going to say, if the Most High be for us, who can be against us? All right, so this is I'll read through this really quick. Baruch 2, I started 28. As thou spakest by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel, saying, if you would not hearken my voice, if you would not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them. Okay, we've been scattered. That's a curse. Okay, read in the book of Deuteronomy 20th chapter. And these curses will cleave unto us and pretty much chase us down, and they'll be left as a sign and a wonder. Okay, that's why we can identify ourselves through the curses. Okay, because that's a sign that we are those people. Verse 30, for I knew that they would not hearken. They would not hear me, because it is stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. And that's what's happening. We're being awoken. All right. Because the spirit of power of YAHAWASHI Shai has hopped on his men, his servants, the prophets. Speaking of Apostle Har on down, going to, really the beginning, going into Abba Bivens, okay, Apostle Har's elders, okay, which, they taught, on down, okay, to where we are now. We have camps all over the world, okay, so we've remembered ourselves. All right, it's verse 31, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear. So we've been awoken to this knowledge. Okay, we've been quickened, made alive again. All right, verse 32, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name, the name, which is YAHAWASHI Shai, all right, which has been given back unto us. All right, and verse 33, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord, right? And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all right? Because Jacob's name was changed to Israel, and he had sons, all right? Now we are his sons, all right? And they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. Okay, so Israel's not going to be taken away captive no more and kicked out of the Holy Land, and Judah's not going to be either. Okay, because going into the new covenant, okay, when Yahushai beams us up, those will be part of the elect, because ultimately all Israel is going to be saved, but going to the new covenant is that the law, statutes, and commandments are going to be on the inward parts, and we're going to be perfect. All right, so we're not going to sin no more and make the Lord mad. All right, so we're going to be able to dwell safety in our own land, okay, and be in rulership under with the other heathen nations under us, okay, forever. So with that, those words be edifying. Always want to give our praise to YAHAWASHI Shai, Bashim Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole effect of Israel. Shalom.